felt about this film was the black male relationship. A lot of times when we talk about black men, we're either absent from our families, or when other people talk about us, they want to show us absent, that we don't care about our kids and that type of thing. But this piece really made me, I felt it in that way because it was specific to that black male relationship. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, man. I feel a way about deadbeat dads. I was raised by one. But now that I know what I know, let me hold this. Now that I know what I know, to be honest with you, you had to get older to really understand this. But there's a lot of deadbeat mamas out here, too. Are there more single mothers out here raising kids on their own, multiple kids on their own? Yes, doing what they got to do to survive and stay afloat and protect theirs? Yes, that's why Mother's Day will always be a much bigger holiday than Father's Day. I don't care how much we want that day to matter. You know, we got restaurants sold out 6 months in advance leading up to Mother's Day, and Father's Day have us sitting there playing dominoes at Hometown Buffet. But at the end of the day, there is no such thing as creating a child without a mother and a father getting together and making a decision, whether the relationship or marriage or situation work out or not. And I think the other thing that I'm proud of is that the concept of daddy's little girl did not come from a little boy. Daddy's little girl is a concept that came from all of the girls who love their fathers. They don't call it mommy's little girl. Daddy's little girl. Oh my God, I love my daddy. I was daddy's little girl. I mean, my dad had me wrapped around his little finger, and vice versa. That concept is such a beautiful, beautiful concept. And it almost doesn't make sense that daddy's little girl is still in the same breath as deadbeat dad. But it is. And so I know I got two daughters, and I know how much they love me. And I know in my house, as much as I travel, as much as I'm gone, as much as I'm on tours and movie sets, I have never, you know, if somebody were to ask me of all the things that you've achieved, what is your most successful achievement? I'm going to tell you, mine, personally. Whatever's in my bank account, don't matter. Square footage in my house, don't matter. How many cars, what kind of cars, don't matter. It may matter to you because most of y'all, you dream and you say, man, I would be successful if I had a Rolls Royce. Well, I've had a few Rolls Royces, and I always say, I hope that you love the person in the Rolls Royce, not because I'm in the Rolls Royce. Totally different perspective. Respect the man in the car. Don't respect me because I drive the car. Because that means you have no respect for me at all. And so in my house, my 5-year-old daughter and my 17-year-old daughter, they have never called me Tyrese. They don't even refer to me as Tyrese when they're talking to their friends. They say my dad or my father. Dad! Yeah. No, that was my father. My father just called me. I need to call my dad back. When a missed call come in, I'm dad and I'm their father. Irregardless of how their mamas feel about me. I'm their father. That is one of my biggest achievements ever in life. Why? Because I don't call my father father. I don't call my dad dad. I call him Tyrone. I call him Pops. Everything else but dad, because dad is not semen. Dad is presence and having a presence in your child or children's lives. I love my babies. So that's why 1992 means as much as it does to me, because although I don't have a son, everything about that son component in this movie really, really speaks to where I am as a father, and just wanting to insert my presence, my alpha, my energy, my protective instincts in and around my son in this movie, and to see that dynamic in the film, and also to see the same dynamic with Scott Eastwood, and Ray Liotta, and the presence that they had. So it was beautiful, man. It's as much as you think this movie is about riot and looting and people out here stealing some free shit because of what happened with the verdict with Rodney King, that is the back story. This is a heist. They breaking into a warehouse, getting $50 million worth of platinum bars. This thing is a crime thriller. You're gonna be on the edge of your seat. This shit is actually. I watched it the other day in the theater in New York. And man, I was up in the theater scared, like, oh shit! Okay, shit. I've seen this before, but I forgot about that part. Because it's very different to watch it at home versus in a theater full of people.